Hey girl, you are now tuned into the Allow Yourself Grace podcast, the space where we get real, we get raw, and give ourselves permission to rise anyway. I'm your host, Courtney Christten, and I'm here to walk with you through the moments that demand change, the seasons that force us to pivot, and the experiences that invite us to shift, not just our mindset, but our entire way of showing up in the world. This space is for anyone learning to release perfection, embrace the process, and find power in the pause. Because growth isn't always pretty, but it's always possible when you allow yourself grace. So take a deep breath, settle in, and let's get into the episode. So what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. I know the set looks a little different, but welcome to the Winning Wives series. So you asked and you got it, and we're here, and I'm bringing on all the winning wives, and the wives are coming with the heat. I personally, intentionally handpicked these people to bring on. And as always, I like to have my guests introduce themselves. And so I'm going to have Kiki introduce herself to you guys. I want her to tell you who she is, a little bit about what she does, and where you can find her.
So I'm Kiki Hunter. I am a mom. I'm a wife. I'm homeschooling mom. I own two businesses with my husband, Hunt Life Co., which is my affirmation t-shirt brand, and my husband has a mobile detailing company that I help him produce,
I love it.
run. And I'm also a healing coach. I don't know if I like that, but I'm like a mentor. Like I help you through your healing journey, self-improvement,
I love it.
help you just find who you are in this busy life.
I love that. I love that. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." Helping people on their healing journey, because we're all going through a journey, and to have somebody that's
Yeah.
able to support you through that is amazing. You're still playing with the name?
I'm still playing with the name because
name.
I hate like coach. I just
'Cause
hate it.
yeah.
And I'm like, I prefer like mentor or guide. Maybe that's
Yeah.
like I'm a Sagittarius. So maybe that's like the Libra
Yeah.
in me. Like I like to guide you. Cause
I
you
like that.
know, the
Yeah, because we hear coach a lot. We hear coach a lot. I get it. It's kind of hard to steer away from.
it is. Because people like, oh, so you're a coach. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, but a coach is like in the game with you. And I'm not,
Mhm.
we're doing life together, but it's not up to me, right? Like
Right.
it's your journey.
It's your journey.
So you still
Yeah.
have to take the lead in it. And I'm just here to be like, when you are having a day or when you going off course, I'm say, hey, let's
Yeah.
get back. You
Yeah. And it's good to have that accountability piece. And I
Mhm.
think sometimes we miss that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we miss that. So I love that. So her Instagram is going to be popping up, guys. So if y'all want to go ahead and go follow her, go follow her.
Yes.
But we're going to get into the Winning Wives series. So this series is all about wives who are, first of all, spiritual,
Mhm.
and who are, covering their husbands, covering their household,
Mhm.
kind of running the household in a sense. Your husband's the head, but we know who runs the household.
Come on.
Essentially making sure everything's good. You're a mom, you're homeschooling, all of the things. And I just thought, like, hey, whoa, she's a perfect candidate for us to come out the gate with, because she's doing her thing. I see her doing activities with her kids online. And also, she's making time to do things with her husband and support him. And y'all, a lot comes with that.
A lot.
And so that was the question that I kept getting. Like, how do you balance what you're doing and all the things? Like, how do you balance all of that? And then I can't imagine, because I don't have kids of my own, but you have kids, like on top of that, having kids, on helping your husband with his business, y'all running a business together. And so we're going to dive into that, because I don't think it's talked about a lot.
Yeah.
And most people don't want to work with their spouse. They're kind of like, how do y'all do that? And so we're gonna dive into that. And I was like, hey, she does it too. So let's talk about it today. So
I love to. And first of all, thank you for having me on.
no,
I'm super
no,
excited.
I love it. I'm excited. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is becoming a wife,
Okay.
right? What was that like, and what to kind of tell us about you and your husband's like love story?
Okay. Me and my husband has been together 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
We were together 5 years before we got engaged, and then we did a year of engagement and then got married the next year. So we've been married for 7 years. We've been
Yeah.
together. I always have to count down. But that story, me and my husband started off as best friends. We didn't start off
Mm.
dating. It wasn't intentional. We didn't do titles for a very long time.
Oh, wow.
So once we made it official, we kind of like he was just like my best friend. Like everybody knew about him, but I kept him very private. And
Mm.
usually I'm big on privacy with the things that I really care about.
Yeah.
So people just knew of him because they just heard his name so
Yeah.
much, and I was always talking to him, but they never seen the guy behind the phone for a
Right.
long time. So when they finally did, people took it a little strange because they're like, "Who is this? This fine?"
Right.
And so we had our first kid back in 2013. We moved in together. Y'all know how that go. You move in together,
Yeah.
play house. Now you got a
Yeah.
baby, and so but we wanted it. He wanted a baby. All his friends around him had kids,
Mm-hmm.
so he was ready for a kid. And I thought, why not? Like watching his character and who he was and the sacrifices that I saw him make
Mm-hmm.
without telling people about it, he just did it. I knew that somebody I wanted to have a kid with because I never saw marriage in the cards for me.
Okay.
I never had a desire to be married.
Okay.
But I knew I wanted a baby at some point, but I always said I want my baby to be by my best friend so we could co-parent. I ain't even co-parent wasn't even a thing back then, but I was
Right.
like, I want somebody we could be cool with so they can still feel the
Mm.
love. And so I was like, yeah, let's do it. And we had a baby. And a couple years later, I through some deaths. It was my grandmother's passing that really changed it for me. And I told him up front I didn't want to be married.
Mm-hmm.
Like in dating, I was like, I don't want you to like that. Like we kind of
Do
here for
you
fun.
think, and not to interrupt you, but I just, so many thoughts went through my head. Like,
Uh-huh.
where do you think the idea of I don't want to get married come from? Like, where did it come from? Because we hear that a lot in
Mhm.
today's society. Like, oh, I don't want to be married. I'm good.
Trauma. It came from trauma. My parents were not married, but they was together like my whole childhood. They broke
Okay.
up when I was like 23.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to see their dynamic in not being married. But my dad wanted to be married. My mom didn't want to be married.
Mm.
So I grew up as a teenager. I wasn't the girl who had like the love story. Like I wouldn't like planning my wedding day and
Right.
stuff like that. Like I just wasn't that girl. And I remember having a conversation. I didn't really believe in love like that. I thought people was together for convenience or benefits. And I was like, oh, everybody gets something, right? Like as long as
Yeah.
y'all both come to a common ground, then it's cool. And I was
Yeah.
cool with that. It was like I'm cool. But after I had my son and my grandmother passed, that was the ticking point for me where I was like, I think I changed my mind. And I
Mm.
had that conversation with him. I was like, I think I changed my mind. But he always wanted to be married. So that was the
He
thing.
probably thought you were crazy. Cause most girls are like, hey, when you gonna propose? What's going on? I'm ready for my ring.
I think he played it real cool. He was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, okay, cool." Like he
Yeah.
never pressured me. He never put that on me. But it
He's
is something that
patient.
he said that he wanted. He grew up seeing marriage. His mom was married. They got divorced,
Mm.
but it was always something he said he wanted. And so
Yeah.
we were kind of like, so he played it real
I
cool.
love it.
And he waited for me to kind of come around. And so when I told him I had changed my mind, but we weren't ready.
Mm-hmm.
When I changed my mind, I was like, I also don't want to marry you right now. Like
Yeah.
we got things to work through.
Yeah.
We weren't financially where I wanted us to be at the time, and I was still trying to do my career in the whole nine. He was still kind of floating. So I was
Yeah.
like, but it is something that I do now desire.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of years later, we ended up. He wanted another baby, and I was like, you ain't getting another baby without no ring.
Right.
So a couple years later, he proposed. We got married, and the rest of it. The thing people say is it's not a difference when you
Mm-hmm.
long-term girlfriend and boyfriend. They say it's not a difference. It is.
Oh, we gonna dive into all of those things. You said a lot without saying it. I was like, oh, she diving. She hitting all the points that I want to hit.
Yeah.
So what do you think was the biggest mindset shift for you? Like when you got married, like after you became a wife, like your mindset shift, like you got the marriage over with. Now we're in this thing. What was the biggest like, woo?
The biggest, I think it was the fact that I now had to prioritize somebody else. Like it wasn't a choice.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. When you are boyfriend, you get to choose when you want to be there, when you don't. When you marry, it's no choice.
Yeah.
So I'm like, now I have to get your permission. I have to like
be considerate.
Yes, be considerate of you and your feelings. And I also have to show my son what it looks like to have a union, a healthy one, because I didn't grow up seeing that. My parents, we was in a domestic violence household.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do it right.
Yeah.
And I wanted to show my son example of what his wife should look like. Like, it doesn't have to be exactly like me, but these are the foundations.
Yeah.
And so that mindset of like, no, we're really married, we're really doing this. And it's understanding, like, when I said my vows, I meant it. Like,
forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
Somebody got to go see the king before this is over with. Like,
I look, girl, I be like, look, the only way out of here is through the graveyard.
That's it.
Okay?
That's all.
We in here. We locked in. So you said so many things. So many things that are like trending right now. It's like there's a mixture of things, right? When we put our marriage out there and we say, and we're vulnerable about what's really going on within our marriage, and we're having the hard conversations, we get judged, right?
Yeah.
And we get called dumb, we get called, whatever the case may be. But then also, too, we have another group of women who are like, oh, well, y'all are gatekeeping. Why y'all don't, you know what I'm saying?
That has been a new thing.
That's a new thing. Yeah. You're gatekeeping. You don't want to show anybody you're happy. But it's like when we show it,
y'all haters.
Y'all haters.
Y'all are haters.
And we don't even want to call y'all that, but it's just what it is. It's what it is. And I saw a lady on TikTok the other day, and she said the same thing, because she's like, but she's like, you know what? I'm going to post my man. I don't care. Like, he's good to me. He's good to my kids. I love what we have. We're actually happy.
Yeah.
And I want to know, like, what made you guys, because she mentioned this in the beginning, she has a business with her husband. What made you guys come together and say, okay, we're going to be okay with putting it out there and letting people know, hey, we're married. We're not perfect, but we're married.
I think it's the lack of healthy marriage that people assume that all marriage is bad and it all ends wrong. And
everybody's cheating.
Yeah, everybody cheating, everybody toxic, everybody and it's like, no, you can be married and still go through things you're supposed to, right? So we wanted to be that staple to say we're not perfect. And we have had me and my husband always say we're the statistic that shouldn't have been, right? So
right.
We are the people who, on paper, we shouldn't even be together.
Right.
We should not be in a healthy marriage, but we are. We've grown together, and you hear so many people say, you can't grow together, get it together before y'all get married. Me and my husband been together 15 years. I got with him when I was 19 years old. And he was 21. We have grown through a lot of trauma. And so you can grow with your partner. It's important of understanding how to grow together and not apart.
Yes.
And so we was like, and then for us at our age as millennials, marriage just seems hopeless. And we wanted to give people hope that you can still have all your stuff and still get through it together and be trying.
Yep.
Like it's and like my husband is not. I just had somebody on TikTok tell me the other day, oh, I bet you wouldn't post your husband profile because he'll be gone real quick. I'm like, girl, listen.
Oh, no.
Listen now, I'm from the hood. So I don't fight over no man, but I will fight over mine. All right? But you could shoot your shot. And it's not even for that. It's just that my husband is a really good guy.
Yeah.
He's not perfect. We've had our stuff.
Yeah.
But I also am not a person of
disrespect.
Security. Yeah, but also, you're not gonna disrespect.
She's very confident, and that's why she's here, right? Winning wives, because we're talking about wives who are we out here, we making it happen, and we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But she's gonna protect her household, and that's just being protective.
You can shoot your shot. You could try.
You can shoot your shot, but don't get disrespectful.
Don't.
And it's not that I'm insecure; it's just a disrespect.
It's just disrespect.
Because I've literally watched people shoot their shot, and I'm like, that's fine, but don't get disrespectful once he says,
No.
hey, I'm married. No.
Exactly.
Or if he says, no, I married my wife, this right here. If y'all are together, if not, he's out. He's like, nah. Or she messages him. And most of the time, they're going to show it to us. Because that's the kind of relationships
that part.
that we looking at have. Yeah, we sitting here laughing at y'all together. So I love that you said that, because it's like, we get people all the time. I see in other people's comments saying like, hey, oh, your husband fine. Where can I find one of him and all that? But I'm like, keep it cute. Keep it cute. And I think that's why people don't put their marriage out there a lot, is because people get disrespectful. So it's like, it's not even about us.
Yeah.
It's about y'all.
It's about y'all. No, I don't have it. I don't have. You can compliment my man. I'm good with that.
You good with that?
And like,
I know he fine.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
That's why I'm with him.
I know he a good dad.
Listen.
Like, I know these things. Yeah.
But just keep it, like you said, respectful. But also, some things are not meant for everybody to know. And people tell you, leave your man, just so they can be in his DM tomorrow. Not over here.
What they're doing now? Clock it.
Not over here. Like, not this one.
Or tell you what they wouldn't do. Oh, I wouldn't do that if I was you.
That. Okay.
Yeah, but you're not me. You're not me.
You gonna do all this stuff this man require as being his wife? Baby, go ahead.
And look, she just segued right on into the next question. So how do you balance? And balance is hard. I really hate using that word. I was trying to think of another word, but how do you keep your personal identity along with being married? Because you have his expectations that you're meeting along with just the expectations of you being a mother and a wife combined.
Yeah.
And then still trying to be hanging out with your friends sometimes, not losing those friendships. And how do you keep that?
That's a good question. It's funny you mentioned it. I just did a TikTok on it, and
It's
some
a
people
struggle.
upset at me for what I said. But here's the thing. It's just like you prioritize everything else. You prioritize going to work every day when you don't feel like it. You prioritize eating every day if you don't feel like it. You prioritize going places you don't even want to go.
Yep.
So why do we make it hard to prioritize ourselves?
Yep.
One of my requirements not even when I got married, but when I got with my husband, we started doing a family thing, I will not lose myself.
Yeah.
I am going to be Kiki in this or without this.
Yeah.
This is a title that I'm picking up. It's not all of who I am. And I still have a life outside of this, just as well as I want him to have a life outside. And then we come together. That's how you literally bring it together and become one. Y'all bring y'all things together. But for you to just I think a lot of us take on the identities that we pick up, the priorities on my mom, the titles. Yeah. We pick up the titles and we make it who we are. And it's not who you are. It's a part of who you are. And you can put that down. You can incorporate that in your marriage. Baby, we have a good time with me just being Kiki. I'm a little feisty. My husband like that. Me being a mom, my kids get to see. Like I went to the Beyonce concert, and I showed my son. He watched my stories with my best friend. We was out acting up. He was like, "Y'all just some big kids."
Was that really you?
And I was like, and my son know, like, his mama will cut up. I will cut up, because your kids also need to understand who you are outside of being a parent.
Yes. Ooh, I hope y'all caught that, because that was a whole gem. Your kids need to understand who you are outside of being a parent. Yeah. That is so powerful, because so many people blame, having kids for them not being able to do this or not being able to do that. Yeah. And being I'm going to say a winning wife, you can't let that stop you. Like, you do it with your kids right here. If I'm recording and I got to bring him, he's going to sit right here. Yeah. I had people that are like go-getters, and they didn't have anybody to watch their kids. Yeah. They still came here. They brought the kids. They brought the snacks. We may have paused a couple times, but it was okay. We just kept pushing. And so that's what I see from wives who were like on it. Like, they want to make it happen. They're going to make it happen.
Because you have to. At the end of the day, for me as a mom, I'm my kids' biggest example. Regardless of, like, the woman they want, who they should aspire to be. I'm the first example. So I have to make sure I'm doing that at my best. And for that, I have to be my best. I gotta know who I am and remembering who you are and growing through who you used to be and who you're becoming is not a bad thing either.
Yeah.
Like y'all gotta be able to accept each other at every phase in life in marriage. And then understand that once you bring kids into the picture, they looking at you too. So it's just as important. You can't make that your identity.
Exactly. And you said something key. Kiki said something key. Like every phase of life, because we had to work through the trauma. Like no one's coming to you perfect. They're not entering into this thing perfect. And we have to know, like, we're all a work in progress.
Yes.
And so that was my reason for naming my podcast Allow Yourself Grace, because we not only have to allow ourselves grace, but we have to give it to other people as well. Because sometimes we're so hard on people. And it's like, can you meet those same expectations that you're asking for from your spouse?
Ooh, girl, I tell people that all the time. I don't want the man with the problem. You need to come healed. Nobody comes healed. And if they tell you they're coming healed, that's a flag in its own self. Nobody is healed.
You're the flag.
You're the flag because you think you perfect. You think you guys are together. So any problem that y'all gonna further have is a you issue and not a them issue.
Yep.
You don't want nobody who's healed. You're always forever healing.
Yeah, you are. And patience is so key.
Yeah.
Like when you're in a marriage, you have to be patient. Like there's sometimes we're making sacrifices, especially in business. You're making sacrifices and it may be something that you like, hell no, why are we doing this? Hell no, did you not see our account? Like we keep spending money. Like what are you talking about? This is gonna work. And it's about compromise. Sometimes as a wife, you literally, and I learned this from another wife who's been married 20 years. And she said, sometimes, Courtney, I just got to go to God. Like, I ain't even going to start no argument. I'm going to just go to God. And it be hard. Like, y'all know y'all want to curse. You want to go off. You want to do all the things. But I'm like learning that I need to just let me go to God about this. Let him handle it. And sometimes, literally, I won't even say nothing to my husband. And he'll come to me and be like, I'm like, oh, shit. He must like, thank you, God. Like, because it don't take all that. And she said something, Kiki said something about privacy earlier. And I hope y'all caught that. If not, go back. Everything doesn't have to be public. Like, I don't have to tell everybody that I'm mad at him.
Girl.
So that's what I want to get into. How do you guys handle social media? Like, because, it's easy to want to get online and tell everybody you mad,
Yeah, I get some people are like that. I'm personally not. I'm already not a social. If it wasn't for business, I wouldn't be on social media. So for me, I think it comes down to respect. Would you want somebody to blast your dirty laundry? Would you want somebody to be having a bad day with you and blast you on the internet? No, probably not. Right? Like
that goes back to not being perfect.
It's not being. So why would you feel like out of all the people you gonna blast your spouse?
Yep.
No, ma'am. Like I'm never. It's never that serious.
Yeah.
I will take it to God first. I'd be like, get him, Lord. He your child, get him. But before I go on social media, now sometimes do I post a little subliminal? Maybe
every now and then.
I might hit you with I like songs, so I'll fight through a song. You can see a song up there, be like, "But what she?" Now don't get picky because
he gonna be like, "What was that about, babe?"
He know what it means, but. And because I post songs all the time, so you don't know if I'm really going through something or it's just me.
Like, and that's how it should be.
Yeah. But if he hear a specific song, he be like, baby, what did I do? Now he thinking about it. What did I do? And so I think it's just respect. And like my husband is the same way. I think most of navigating social media for us has been the comment. Like, people making comments under my posts, especially like back in the days, like,
and not getting combative with them in the comments.
Yeah, getting combative, or like the compliments from guys may get a little too far. My husband like, all right now,
all right,
like, and like me, vice versa too. Like, okay, girls, calm down. But that's probably been a big. We don't tend to fight over social media a lot, just because it ain't. real life, this is not our life.
Right.
We got a whole, y'all see a little piece, probably 5% of what really happening in my background. So it's not that deep for me.
Yeah, we really don't, we post stuff, but we don't really post like that.
Yeah.
Like, as far as for people to get crazy. Now, on YouTube, people get crazy. So we put our full podcast on there. Yeah. So it's funny to me because the controversy of people saying, oh, this or that. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. But we try not to tussle in the comments.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a book.
Yes.
You have a book. You have your website.
Yes.
All those things I know were built by you, probably both of y'all together, working together to make sure it runs. Mm-hmm. Do y'all have like designated jobs when it comes to business? And whose idea was that to start the business?
My husband.
Your husband?
He got me into it. I tell people all the time, my husband, he set it up from when we were dating. He always was like, I'm gonna be a business owner. I don't know what I want to do yet, but my end goal is to be a business owner. And I thought that was cool. I had never met nobody who aspired to be a business owner. But I was like, okay, cool. I was in nursing school at the time, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the corporate route and keep it moving. Like, but I support you. That's just not the way it went.
Right.
My husband kind of made the lead way for me, and I think God also played a part because his vision started becoming mine, and I started seeing as he shared more started to happen to me in my corporate world. Yeah, where I was like, I started feeling unfulfilled. Yeah, and after I had our second son, I was kind of like, he didn't want me to go back. And during our first child, I took a year off. And I was like, I ain't doing that again. Yeah. And so, because I had met a pinnacle, I had my dream job. I met a pinnacle of where I was trying to be. And I was like, I can't take a year off. Yeah. But God kept telling me, this is your last job. And I fought with it the whole pregnancy because I was like, why?
You're like, this is supposed to be my career.
Yeah. And so God gave me a vision. And I see a lot of things. And I needed to let myself go, like as far as my career, for him to have. Mm-hmm. Because my career was holding him back. And in the medical field is demanding. Yeah. So me and my husband don't have a lot of help with our kids. We don't have no help. It's me and him. So like I'm here now, my husband's with the kids. Right. So that's been our life. Like,
so do y'all y'all don't live close to family?
No, all our family is in Houston. We just don't have that support system.
No, I know. That's what I was gonna get to. So not having the support system and then you just being you guys, y'all are able to still run your business. Mm-hmm. So you're having to set systems and processes in place, also in your business and also in your household. Mm-hmm. Because now you have the business, you got the kids. Yeah. You're trying to make sure everything's running smoothly. Mm-hmm. You're homeschooling the kids. Yeah. and bring me up to speed with that. What was that transition like? Because now you've transitioned from working, you're at home. Now, okay, I'm gonna homeschool my kids.
Homeschooling is something I always wanted to do. Okay. I feel like I got bullied out of doing it with my first son when he first went into school because people was like, he needs to be social. He got to get out. You got to let go. And so I did it. And it just didn't work for us. Like, I was constantly at the school, not because my kid was bad, because it was always just some stuff going on up there. It was like, my son was getting bullied for a little while. The girls was fast.
Oh, wow.
The girls was fast. The teachers weren't to my par. Yeah. And so I was like, you know what? And it was during COVID. And I didn't like the way they was talking to my son. I didn't like the fact that my son was in kindergarten, first grade. Mm-hmm. And he was kind of being tested a lot for a first grader. And I wasn't aware. And I was like, why? What's the point? And after they explained it to me, I was like, okay, well, I don't want him to be tested. I can opt out. Why didn't y'all tell me that? So it just started to be a lot of things. And I was like, I prefer my child to actually learn. And I started to see he was learning to remember how to pass the test versus understanding the knowledge. So I was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. I got it. And so we've been homeschooling ever since then. And it's been about 5 years now. that I've been homeschooling. He's in middle school, and then my baby is first grade.
Okay.
And it was just schedules. Scheduling is important. Like, I have a cutoff time for everything. So in the morning, that's strictly my kids. I'm not available for anything until the afternoon. And unless like my husband, he's in detailing, so I might answer the phone during breaks or something. But like anything else is always afternoon for me. They have a bedtime because they kids and you can't be up with me. So at the 10, that's when I do like a lot of my content. We go having business meetings. And then like once or twice a week, me and my husband shut that down and we have us time.
Date night. Like a little date night.
Like a date night. And we might not go out, but you can do that cute in the house.
It's still alone time.
Yeah, you can watch a movie, set it up real cute. Like, long as y'all are doing something that you both enjoy together, then it's fine. So we make sure we schedule that time in as well. So scheduling is very important.
And you're teaching your kids at an early age how to have that balance as a wife and a husband, because they're looking at you, because you mentioned too, like in your household you didn't see healthy, you saw dysfunction, and so you grew up like, I don't want to be married, I'm good, just chilling. And I think when we talk to a lot of women, we hear that a lot because of the trauma, but nobody ever really realizes like, hey, you probably need to take a look at how you grew up. Even with making some business decisions that I make, I'm like, hold on, because we have the tendency to operate from a scarcity mindset sometimes. And so when we talked about taking risks, when we talked about, betting on yourself, going out, trying to be an entrepreneur and actually doing it, it's like you're new to this because you've never seen it.
Never seen it.
You're
never
new to nobody.
We out here on a limb in Jesus, okay?
Right. Just you.
It's me
You're Googling away, honey, trying to figure it out.
Research for a day. I can end up down rabbit holes right now and be like, okay, this is because navigating, nobody tells you that. Nobody tells you to think that the intricate details of owning businesses and
taxes, all the things.
Yeah, the taxes, and even just how like now it's social media, how to gain an audience, how to get returning customers,
marketing,
nobody tells you that stuff, and that's things you have to find. Even how you spend your money and allocate your money, nobody tells you that.
How to pay yourself. I swear, I just learned that a few months ago, like how to really pay yourself without you taking a hit. So like just navigating all the things and still being able to be an author. I met Kiki at an event. We met at a women's empowerment event, and it was amazing. Well, it was a mental health event. It was a mental health event because I think it was for everybody, but it was just happened to be all ladies in that room. And she was one of the guest speakers. And so I connected with her because she stood up and she introduced herself. And so that's kind of how I connected with her. And then just learning more about you from watching your social media, I was just in my mind saying, wow, like you're really doing all the things.
Thank you.
And sometimes we just need to hear it. Like we know we're doing all the things, but sometimes we need to hear that. And it's like, oh, you know what? I really am doing my thing. And, I want you to just keep going, because when you think nobody's watching, somebody's watching, because I'm watching.
Listen.
So I know other people are watching. And I'm just excited for you. I love seeing couples work together. And I just love how you cover your husband and you're just like so attentive to his needs, but also still balancing your needs. And I think especially Black women, we need to see more of this. Because marriage has gotten such a negative connotation.
It has. I think two people, y'all both got to be willing. We did an episode on it, and it's like, because people ask me that a lot, well, how do y'all do it? We're both willing. Even in our worst, even during our struggles, even through our traumas, we're both willing to be with each other and go through it with each other. Like, my husband is really my best friend, and I'm really his. Like, we really had, and I think because we were friends before the relationship, it set that foundation, because we always said, if we lose the friendship, that's it. Like, I need you to be my friend, because I could tell my friends anything. I need to have that same openness with you, even if it's something that I might not like in the moment. And for women, we got to stop being so quick to respond to everything with emotion. Sometimes you just got to learn how to be quiet. And you just got to be like, okay, I hear you. I see you. You understand, and like you said, sometimes you got to take it to God and be like, how do I respond to this?
Yep.
How do I help him through this? Like, how do I bring this up to him? Right.
Yeah.
And it'll work itself out, but communication and willingness goes a long way.
Yeah. And seeking wise counsel. And when I say wise counsel, that means like not your friends who are not married, not, somebody, your neighbor, like wise counsel. Like I have a lot of like older women who've been married for a long time. Like certain things I can call and ask them, and I know they're going to give me the not what I want to hear, but the right advice.
The ones you need.
Backed with the biblical principles. Because that's another thing. It's like people can give you advice all day, but is it coming from a good place?
Is it coming? Yep.
And is it something that you're receptive to? And then another thing is, once you get advice, you don't have to say, oh, well, so-and-so said when you're talking to your man.
Yeah.
You don't even got to bring that up.
You don't. You shouldn't.
Right, you shouldn't.
Because
we're trying to give y'all some game here.
Yeah, if he came and you told you his homeboy said that you would be livid. Okay,
yes.
So don't do that. But wise counsel is good, but also make sure it's at a minimum.
Yes.
Try to keep as many people out your business as possible, and then bring people in for emergencies. Like we have people for emergencies only. For us, we don't have a lot of couple friends or married friends. We probably have more non-married than married, but there are some who have seen healthy marriages. Like my best friend, parents were married forever. So she's able to kind of give me a little bit of insight, like, okay, well, Key, you kind of losing yourself there. Well, I know both of y'all since the start of this, and I love both. Her and him have the best relationship.
Right.
So she's like, I love both of y'all. So here's the thing, right? From her point of view. And you just don't want your business everywhere, because y'all might get over it, but you also don't want to have that people, because especially as women, they told you got to look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And the women were like, girl, who got their way?
Yeah.
You don't want to have to prove not only yourself to your husband or your spouse, but now you got to prove it to your friends, because you done ran your mouth. And if you take him back or you give in, now you look soft in the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you don't need that extra pressure.
You don't need that. Because normally y'all gonna come back together, but then they looking at him sideways.
Now you sitting here like, girl, no. And I used to be that friend. I used to be the friend. I knew y'all got into it, baby.
I'm riding for my friend.
I'm riding for you, girl.
Riding for you,
not
girl.
My friend, not today.
Don't tell me, because I'm riding for you.
And I tell people now, like, don't tell me unless you really stuck and you really, y'all can't figure this out. And like now I'm more mature than I used to be in my 20s. Yeah. So now I know how to come at you from an angle of what's the best for both of y'all, and more so, girl, what you did wrong. I ain't even worried about him, because I can't.
Let me tell you how you can improve.
How you can do, So I come from more of a space like that now that I'm older and I got experience.
Yeah, you got some experience. Yeah. You got 7 years in the game of marriage. Yeah, I've been married 7 years as well, and so it's like I try to give people the neutral response. Like, let me hear it out, and then. My friend got mad at me, but then she called me back and was like, okay, you was right. Because I was like, girl, you wrong. You owe him an apology. Like, we need those type of friends, because she really was like calling me, like going like, like she was right. And I'm like, girl, you wrong. You wrong. You wrong, sis.
And I'm going to hear you out. I'm going to let you get all out.
I'll let her get it all out.
And I'm like, okay, friend.
Okay,
hold
friend.
on here when I say this.
She said, okay, I'll call you back. Girl, she called me back a week later. She was like, I was mad at you. I'm like, it's okay.
It's okay.
But you apologized and you got it right and y'all still together. So that's all I care about.
That's it. Like, at the end of the day, my job is to be your friend. And that is an obligation, and that takes work. Like, just like you can't cover your spouse and be his friend if you can't tell him the truth. It's a lot of times I have to sit my husband down and be like, okay, I get you had a bad day, but listen, we got to get over this. How we gonna get to this point? Our bank account sitting in the negatives. How we finna get out of it? And like, I get it. It's not necessarily your fault. We don't have the reason, whatever it is, but we got to get out of our feelings.
But you're a team. And I just heard that through what you just said. You're like, okay, we, and I think we have to operate from the place of we as wives, because we have a lot of people, and there's no shade to y'all, but y'all do everything separate. And you wonder why your marriage never comes together. It's because y'all seem like y'all playing for different teams, because it's like mine, me, mine, me, my. And I'm kind of like, well, y'all in the same household. We got to do what's for the better good of the team, for us, and what's going to make it go smoother for both of us. Yeah. And I think as women who are preparing to be wives, once you learn how to operate from that space, then you'll start to attract the right people. Because there's guys that are looking for wives, but they're not looking for somebody who's all about themselves.
That's what listen, that part right
there.
You can't be you have to literally be able to cater to what that man needs when he needs it. He don't need your extra. He don't need your feelings. He doesn't need that. And a household divided can never come together. Yep. Like everything, it ain't his money. It's not my money.
It's our money.
It's coming out the same account.
The same account.
It's both ours. It's not his company. It's not my company. It's our company together. Now, I might take more of the t-shirt stuff and he takes more of the detailing because he out there in the field, but I'm scheduling.
Yep.
I may do more of the promo for the t-shirts, but that don't mean he don't help me design and he's not part of my creative process. Everything we do it together. And if one not on board, neither one of us is on board. And that's how we run everything with our kids. Your daddy said no, the answer is no. I cannot it, but I have 2 boys. Who better to tell them and be able to raise and direct them than they father? I'm a woman, so sometimes I'm looking at it like that's my baby though. Yeah, but that baby ain't always be a baby, so I gotta let that man raise his son. Yeah, and just be quiet and go. And when I feel like it may be something else, like we could have did that better, I'll say it behind
in
closed
private
doors
between y'all.
But if one person is not on board, neither one of us, and you not gonna disrespect my spouse. I'm big. You just not finna play with my man. You not finna.
And your kids need to know this my man. This y'all daddy, but that's my
husband. I tell my sons all the time. We joke not my husband. You finna stop talking about my husband now. And we laugh because my whole house is
I love that.
Jokesters. Everybody's funny. Everybody got jokes.
It's probably mom, but he's my dad.
Yeah, we joke a lot. It's laughter. I tell people to get somebody you can laugh with. Yes. Both of y'all in here serious. Listen.
Have fun.
You gotta have fun. Me and my husband laugh all day. Somebody's doing something all day.
I love it.
And to now, our kids is the same way. We laugh all day, and that helps a lot because every day is just not good. Every day is not happy. Every day is not peaceful. And some days that laugh is probably what you needed because you never know the space somebody is.
Yes.
So
it's your safe space.
I
love it. Y'all, I'm shaking my, y'all probably like, Courtney just over here. I'm like, yes, I love it because I want y'all to hear it from other people because there's other people who are really out here happy in their marriage and they're thriving. And she said, of course, every day you're not going to be happy.
Yeah.
But.
Because that's wearing me out.
Everybody
I want my happy. I want to be happy. I'm not happy. Every day you're not going to be happy.
You're not.
Every day you're not. And it may take time. It's been periods when me and again, we've been together 15 years. We've been living together probably 13 out of those 15 years. It has been years that I have hated that man guts. Okay? It has been times I couldn't stand you. It's been times I looked him dead in his face after marriage, be like, I want a divorce. I want to go. I want to go. Okay? And I got to take it to the Lord. And you need somebody who's going to also fight for you. My husband is going to fight for me.
Yeah.
Even when I don't want to, one of us is out willing.
Yeah.
So you got to have somebody who's going to ride for you just the way you ride for them. And it's not always about happy. That man probably ain't happy with a lot of stuff that you do on multiple occasions. I can
talk about it.
I my Target trips. Man, you know how many times I had to come home telling men I didn't.
How much you spent? Because they quick to, when you walk through the door, how much you spent?
They be like, well, I had to get stuff for the kids.
Right. Be like, how much you spent? He don't want to hear that.
Like I had to get some more teaching material. I had to, you know, now I got the. You think he happy? It's just we go back and forth. So your happiness now is at the forefront, and I
It's
think a lot of
not.
us make permanent decisions off emotional.
Yeah.
Emotions are temporary.
Especially
So,
us women, y'all. We're very emotional,
mhm,
y'all. But also, too, if you desire to be married, if you really, really desire to be married, like, hear what Kiki's saying, hear what I'm saying, hear what there's going to be some other people coming on, hear what they're saying, like, really, really hear them because it's not all about you. And so if you're not ready to make a sacrifice and be like, okay, I'm going to have this person that I have to consider, then you may not be ready for marriage. And that's okay for you to go through your own process to get ready
mhm.
because it's not all about you. It's not all about what makes you happy, the wedding you want, how much you want to spend, the red bottoms, it's not really all about that because at the end of the day, when all of that's gone, you're just going to have each other. And so you
That's
have
it.
to be willing to choose each other every single
Every
day.
day, even when you have kids. 'Cause I tell people all
Yes.
the time, them kids gonna get grown, they're gonna live their own life, they gonna be running after and chasing somebody else, trying to start their own little life.
Yep.
And now you stuck with somebody you can't even stand.
Yep.
Like, oh no, me and my husband had to learn to really make sure we do put ourselves first and like not let the marriage dwindle. You have to
Mm,
make time for your spouse, no matter
yeah.
how busy you think you are. And it does not look like a business proposal. That is not romantic. I need people
Scheduling
to stop.
sex. How about that?
Listen,
The scheduling sex thing
come on
kills
now,
me.
like y'all
I
gotta.
can't.
They be like, oh, just we need a business. If you're not buying me a property, I don't want. No, sometimes it's just the thought that counts. You really have to be patient and gracious and grateful
Yeah.
for anything your husband does. And sometimes it's just not always right. Like I know my husband wasn't the biggest romantic, but when you see him trying, even if it's not the way you envisioned in your mind,
You
you
got to
see
give
that
him,
man.
yeah, you got to give him
Him
some
is trying,
credit.
but it is. You know how hard it is to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Like
Vulnerability for men,
it's
like, it's
hard.
hard.
And even like navigating having children, understand it's not my baby. A lot of us be like, my baby, my baby. That man is going through a lot too in the
Yeah.
transition, but nobody thinks about them. Nobody thinks to ask about
Nobody.
how their mental health is. Nobody thinks to ask
They
how
get
they're
beat
doing.
up. I mean, they get beat up,
About what
especially the
they
black
do.
man. He gets beat up.
What they not doing. Well, he ain't doing this, he ain't changed this, he ain't well, baby, he trying to make sure everything around you is comfortable and
Yep.
everything is straight. And he's going through his own turmoil, but nobody care.
Yeah.
And that's something I tell women all the time. Like, stop and think about what your husband is going through too.
Yeah.
And like God says, like, we are all here to be of service.
Yeah.
So if you're not being of service, you kind of need to check your own
Oof.
values and your own principles and morals. Everything is not about you, and you have to at some point be able to serve somebody other than
Than
you.
yourself.
That's
Wow.
what it's about. So I
Y'all,
think we
Kiki
gotta get
dropping
that.
gems. I didn't even have to ask her a lot of questions because she hit all the areas I was gonna ask about. I'm like, wow, she's dropping gems. So I hope y'all are like really, really digesting this because and y'all make sure y'all go follow her because she drop gems every day. She on it. She on it. I said I was gonna get back on TikTok. I hear you tussling with the people over there. Messing with you.
I stay in trouble on TikTok. I'm on TikTok being right now as we speak. I can't do TikTok. Me and TikTok don't get along.
I love it though. My husband don't like it. I like it. I like it. I was doing story times on there. I was like, I need to go back to doing my story times because
I
they
have
so
not
funny.
done that yet. I have not.
They love story times, but some of my stories be about singleness for the single women and the single men because it's
Mhm.
like a lot of y'all just asking for stuff that's unrealistic.
That's what I keep. That's what I'm in trouble for right now on TikTok.
Oh, because they are.
I'm
And
like,
some of
it's
y'all
not
women are
realistic.
like, some of y'all women are terrible at that. Like, you're asking for stuff you can't even
Don't even-
give. You want him to pay all the bills. You want him to take you out to five-star restaurants every day. Girl, that's not realistic. Sometimes you gotta cook. And some of y'all don't even know how to cook.
Y'all don't know how to. And here's the thing: you want him to pay all the bills, but you still don't want to stay at home.
You don't
What
want to
is you
clean.
working for if you want him to pay all of that? Don't make sense.
It don't make sense.
Why would both of y'all have two incomes and only one person is? That don't make sense. Oh, you gonna stay at home? You gotta sacrifice.
You gotta
Something.
sacrifice
Like
something.
I don't mind saying I sacrificed my career so my husband can go live his dream.
Yeah.
Because it was time he sacrificed his entrepreneurship from me for years.
Yeah.
And that's something that I will give up again, regardless of what it looks like on some days. Like, he matters too, and his happiness matters too. And sometimes you got to understand that and just be a helping hand, even if that's just listening.
I got a whole studio and I'm behind this mic, and it's all because of my husband. Because I wouldn't have been doing this. I probably would have been doing something else, but this is his dream. This is what he wanted. And people ask me all the time, how you get into this? I'm like, I just got into it because he into it, because I'm helping him. So now I'm like, it's perfecting his craft and what we're doing, and I'm doing stuff I didn't know I could do. So I'm like, am I using my degree? Yeah, I'm still using my degree, but it's like I'm doing stuff I want to do, but I'm also doing stuff to help this business run smooth because it benefits both of us. I run the whole back end. So all the systems, all the booking, all of that, all the money, all that stuff, that's me. So when people ask stuff about logistics, that's me.
That's me.
So when they asked about this equipment and editing, you got to talk to him. So in the same with her business, like her husband has his role, she has her role. And you just got to kind of do what works for y'all. So everybody finds what they're good at eventually.
Exactly.
And you stick to it.
And you stick to it. And then y'all adjust as it comes along, and being able to, like, my husband, like, I'm the one who book all the calls. They think they talking to him, but baby, you talking to me.
You talking to me.
Like, and is look at God. Men are leaders.
They are.
They lead you into something you didn't even know you wanted. But that's what that's what it's supposed to look like.
And sometimes we need that. We need that as
the
women.
Little push.
To be like, okay, babe, this is what we're doing. And then here we come with all the ideas of how we going to make it happen.
Exactly. And that's what it's meant to be.
And that's what it's meant to be. And so I think, ladies, y'all got to learn how to become helpmates.
Let go.
You got to become more vulnerable. Let go. And you just have to be open.
It's the freedom.
Just be open-minded. Yeah, it really is. But I'm going to let Kiki tell us where you guys can find her, anything else she wants you guys to know, where y'all can find her merchandise. She's wearing one of her shirts right now. And then she brought me a shirt as well. But tell us.
Y'all can follow me on I'm.the.key, Kea, on all platforms. I only got TikTok and Instagram, child. I can't do all them social media sites. You can shop huntlifeco.com for my merchandise, and you can listen to me and my husband's podcast, Hunt Life the Podcast. That's on YouTube and Spotify.
Y'all go check them out. Make sure y'all are following them. And I want to thank you so much for taking time to come. Y'all, it was pouring down raining while we was recording this episode, but look, it has stopped. So we are good and we are wrapping it up. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace. That's all, ladies. Thanks for tuning into another episode of the Allow Yourself Grace podcast. I'm so glad you took a little time today to grow, reflect, and give yourself the love you deserve. Remember, no matter what season you're in, you can change, you can pivot, and you can shift into the woman you're becoming with grace. If you love this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend who needs a little reminder that she's not alone. Until next time, give yourself some grace, girl. You're doing better than you think.